Okay, so have you ever actually wondered if the Earth right beneath our feet stores memories? And I don't just mean normal geological records of, rock and ice. I'm talking about memories of massive, ancient, cosmic events. Just think about it for a second. We usually look way up at the stars to try and understand the universe, right? But what if the ground itself is acting like this giant planetary hard drive, literally recording celestial impacts and, well, some really strange phenomena? Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to take a fascinating journey deep into what is honestly one of the most enigmatic places on Earth. It's called Alu-Chirkeshek, but it's much more widely known as Siberia's Eerie Valley of Death. Located way out in the remote Yakutia region, this area is famous for some truly bizarre, unexplained physical anomalies. But instead of just looking at the surface geology today, we're going to analyze this territory using a totally different lens. We're using an ancient Vedic framework, not as a religious text, mind you, but as a diagnostic tool, kind of like an energetic physics to decode exactly what is happening in this incredibly strange land. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the mystery of the valley itself, then map out its energetic identity, and explore its three dominant stars. After that, we'll decode the actual physical anomalies, reveal a pretty mind-bending connection to the Tunguska event, and finally, look at this valley as an underground cosmic archive. All right, let's jump right into part one, the mystery of the valley, Alu-Chirkeshek. To really understand why we even need such a complex framework to analyze this place, you first got to understand the sheer physical weirdness of the Siberian tundra in this specific spot. I mean, we're talking about bizarre, metallic hemispheric domes just jutting right out of the permafrost, and local hunters claim these structures occasionally sink entirely beneath the Earth. Poof, gone. We're also looking at perfect, totally inexplicable circles of dying vegetation. Plus, despite the freezing surface temperatures, there are consistent reports of anomalous underground heat, which makes the permafrost behave in ways it literally just shouldn't. It's an environment that completely defies standard geographical logic. And, this is exactly where our ancient diagnostic tool comes in handy. In Vedic terminology, a highly anomalous region like this is classified as a kshetra. Now, a kshetra is essentially a boundary territory. Think of it as a field where the subtle fabric between different worlds or dimensions thins out. It is a localized zone of interference. If you think of our standard everyday reality as a thick curtain, well, a kshetra is a place where that curtain is worn entirely threadbare, allowing strange, nonlinear physical realities to just bleed right through. Moving on to section 2, the energetic identity of the territory, the 4 archetypes. What's super fascinating here is how we can actually map ancient planetary archetypes directly to the physical traits of the land itself. Basically, 4 dominant energies combine here. First up is Rahu. Rahu brings unstable magnetism and infrasonics, which are often signatures of non-human technology. Then we have Ketu, which is the energy of subterranean voids and portals. Add Mars or Mangala into the mix, bringing sudden, violent impacts and residual heat. And finally, Saturn, or Shani, which locks the whole region into this deep freeze and extreme isolation. When you put them all together, these energies profoundly alter human perception. Next up, section 3, the 3 dominant stars, the nakshatra axis. So let's build on this and move up to the celestial layer. In Vedic astrology, the sky is divided into specific star signs called nakshatras. And it turns out Eastern Siberia vibrates on an axis of 3 key stars. First is Ardra, the star of creative destruction and shockwaves. Second is Ashwini, which governs portals and non-human interventions. And third is Bharani, the star of containment and dormant energy just waiting down below the surface. Definitely keep these 3 signatures in your back pocket as we go, because they are absolutely crucial keys to unlocking this valley. Which brings us to section 4, decoding the physical anomalies, connecting the land to the stars. All right, so the real aha moment is when we apply this Vedic decoder ring to the most baffling physical mysteries of the Valley of Death. Let's take the infamous metal domes, known to the locals as Kotlaveni. Explorers have described these as massive, hemispheric structures emerging from the ground, almost as if they're literally breathing with the terrain. They look completely out of place in the natural, wild geology of the Siberian wilderness. No way they belong there natively. And this right here perfectly illustrates the genius of the Vedic framework. Look at how seamlessly these crazy anomalies map directly to the energetic equations. The metal domes? Well, that is the exact signature of Ketu, combined with Bharani,
meaning deep subterranean voids acting as actual containment chambers for compressed energy. The circles of dying vegetation, that's the clash of Rahu and Saturn, which creates these localized nodes of intense magnetic and infrasonic interference that just kills off plant life. What about the severe sickness and distorted perception that visitors report? That's pure Rahu, highly unstable electromagnetic fields basically scrambling human biology. And that weird anomalous heat in the middle of the freezing tundra, that is the lingering signature of Mars, strongly hinting at ancient violent impacts or some sort of nonlinear geothermal activity. Honestly, it's a perfectly consistent system of ancient physics.
But wait, here's where it gets really dynamic. You see, the valley doesn't just sit there statically. These anomalies actually spike during specific planetary transits, basically when these celestial weather aligns perfectly with the land's programming. When Rahu moves into Ardra, the magnetic anomalies amplify. When Ketu enters Ashwini, the veil thins out even more. Mars brings noticeable spikes in underground heat, and slow-moving Saturn essentially wakes up the ancient, deep memory of the territory. It genuinely operates like a massive machine set on a celestial timer. All right, Section 5, the connection with Tunguska. Two poles of one axis. Now we arrive at a truly mind-bending conceptual leap. The Valley of Death is linked directly to another, much more famous Siberian anomaly, the massive 1908 Tunguska event, where an explosion mysteriously flattened 800 square miles of forest. Under our Vedic framework, Tunguska and the Valley of Death are not isolated mysteries at all. Actually, they are two poles of the exact same energetic axis. Tunguska was the explosive, atmospheric shockwave, the external event, governed by the star Ardra. The Valley of Death, on the flip side, is the subterranean internalized event, governed by Ashwini and Bharani. One happened high up in the sky, while the other is rooted deep, deep underground. To put it as clearly and powerfully as possible, Tunguska is the impact. The Valley of Death is the scar. Let that sink in for just a moment. The valley is the energetic sinkhole. It's the deep tissue wound, absorbing the cosmic shockwaves that occasionally batter our planet. Which brings us to our final section, Part 6, an underground cosmic archive, the Earth's hard drive. When we zoom out from the individual metal domes and the dying trees, the grand philosophical takeaway of this whole explainer really comes into focus. The Valley of Death represents a planetary karmic archive. It is a massive Rahu-Ketu axis point right here on Earth. So what does that actually mean for us? It means this territory functions exactly like an ecological hard drive. Layered into the permafrost and the intense electromagnetic field of this valley are the literal memories of ancient impacts. It records cycles of extinction. It logs the passages of massive celestial objects passing by. And according to the archetypes, it even holds the remnants of non-terrestrial interference. It is, quite literally, a place that remembers way more than humanity ever could. Think about it. We write our history in books. The Earth writes its cosmic history in its geology, its shifting magnetic fields, and its hidden subterranean structures. The Valley of Death is simply one of the very few, very rare places on the globe where that geological memory is pushed so close to the surface that we can actually perceive it. It's a place where the Earth itself is speaking the language of the stars. Which leaves us with a pretty profound thought to wrap up this explainer. If this ancient Vedic framework is right, and the ground beneath our feet in places like Eliu, Shirkachek is storing the memories of massive cosmic events just like a hard drive, what else is the Earth waiting for us to decode? What other bizarre scars and hidden archives are sitting right in plain sight, just waiting for us to use the right framework to finally read them? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today, and as always, keep questioning what lies beneath the surface.